you know it happens every so often that you just mess that up. And today was the day I messed it up, wouldn't you know it? But an open letter to the legal masochist who keeps suing process servers like they're the villains in her Hallmark horror fantasies. Well, dear fool, I say this with every ounce of exasperated restraint that I can muster. What in the actual fuck are you doing? At this point, the only thing you haven't sued is the envelope the summonses came in. And honestly, give it time, because based on your motion to dismiss, it's become painfully obvious that the courtroom isn't where you seek justice. For you, it's apparently a full-blown constitutional crisis that justifies dragging process servers, banks, and imaginary Jane Doe villains into court like they're kicking your puppy and stole your soul. Let's walk through this masterpiece of self-inflicted legal humiliation. You filed yet another suit, well, this time against ABC Legal Services because someone knocked on your door with papers. According to your complaint, this standard service attempt turned into a horror film, peeking through windows, startling you, involving law enforcement and causing emotional distress. Really? A knock on the door and a sideways glance through a window is now constitutional crisis. When Jesus wept. You're not a plaintiff, you're the director of your own courtroom fan fiction, except you keep casting yourself as the damsel in distress while tripping over the legal script. The motion to dismiss, oh, it's not just a response, it's a judicial eulogy for your credibility. ABC Legal didn't pull any punches. They brought citations, receipts, and the kind of footnote furry reserved for habitual bullshitters. They broke your pleading down like a forensic accountant with a grudge and exposed every single fatal flaw, from shotgun pleading to commingled claims to fabricating legal duties out of thin air. Your own exhibits contradicted you. Again, girl. How you do keep doing that? Let's talk about that negligence count. You jumble together every grievance you ever had into one document like some unholy casserole of negligence, defamation, emotional trauma, and window peeking, and that's not a lawsuit. That's a psychiatric assessment with case caption. You claim direct liability while arguing vicarious facts. You sprinkle buzzwords like outrageous conduct and reputational harm, hoping the court will mistake adjectives for evidence. You basically handed the court a Mad Libs form titled How to Sue People When You're Barred. Invasion of privacy? You're suing someone for knocking on your front door and delivering documents that you invited by filing prior cases. That's not an invasion of privacy. That's what happens when people follow the law. You're not in seclusion. You're in Florida. You're not being stalked. You're just being served. And finally, by people who aren't afraid to push back. Emotional distress, you cited outrageous behavior, then attached an exhibit where ABC Legal's own policies explicitly forbid harassment or aggressive conduct. So you disproved your own claim again. And that's not legal advocacy, that's legal self-sabotage with attached exhibits. Abusive process, that's not even available to you here because there was no process served on you in the first place. Just pre-service activity, which in Florida is not abusive process, no matter how loud you wail about it. You know that if you read that, you would know that if you read the case law, or stop filing every emotion like it was a claim. Defamation, you're suing over report to law enforcement, which, as ABC Legal beautifully laid out, is presumptively privileged. That's not defamation. That's someone doing their fucking job. And you getting mad at the truth showed up right before your narrative has finished baking. So here's the cherry on this shit sundae. ABC Legal reminded the court that you've done this before, again and again and again. 4 lawsuits. One of them you abandoned before you even printed summonses. Another you voluntarily dismissed, and the second you realized nobody was buying the bullshit that you were selling. You're not a pro se plaintiff. You're a serial filer with access to word and a persecution complex. You're not litigating. You're rage posting in motion form. You sued your family. You sued banks. You sued YouTubers. You sued a process server. You sued their employer. You sued again. And in each case, the defendants never even got served because, shocker, you never intended to litigate. You just wanted attention, and now you've got it. It's in the form of a motion to dismiss so thoroughly documented that I need a drink and 2 Tylenol to get through it. Well, let's be clear. This isn't about one bad filing. It's a pattern of legal derangement that just now spans counties and calendar years. You're not misunderstood. You're not victimized. You're just out of your depth and out of excuses. You clearly don't understand the law, and worse, you don't even seem to care. You weaponize sealed claims and minors as emotional shields, then drop your cases when the court asks you to prove anything. You take up court time like it's your diary. You, dear diary, let me write some more bullshit. File this one away, and you confuse courtroom procedure with the social media algorithm. And then you wonder why people mock you. We mock you because your own attachments contradict your arguments. We mock you because the court has now labeled your conduct as vexatious, frivolous, and wasteful. And instead of reflecting, you just reload the filing cannon and fire it again. You think criticism is oppression. You think public laughter is defamation. You think reading a ruling is practicing law without a license. No, darling, it's calling having eyes and standards. Here's your closing argument. If you're tired of the mockery, stop filing bullshit lawsuits so dumb they make Judge Judy look like a Supreme Court opinion. And if you want peace, stop setting fire to the docket every time your ego takes a hit. And if you think this letter is cruel, you should see what the court is about to write in the order, because the only thing more embarrassing than this complaint is the fact that your own exhibits argue better than you do. This is from the guy who lit the match, read the filing, ordered a double shot just to wash the stupid out of his eyes, aka Shizzywhiznut. Still not a lawyer, still smarter than this filing, and currently quoting your complaint word for fucking word. Thank you very much.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down with Shizzywhiznut.